Alright, good evening. My name's Dylan. I'm doing my week 4 video turn-in for my bear model. Okay, so I'm just kind of going to go over all of what I've got here for you. Get rid of this one. So I went through and was kind of working on everything, and as I started, kind of making my way through the model, I started realizing that when I was messing with fiber mesh and XGen, that they weren't working how I wanted them to. So I was kind of losing time working myself in circles. I was kind of getting the look I wanted, but then the groom brushes and the move brush, like it all reacts very differently with the fiber mesh, so it was very finicky, and since I haven't used it much, it wasn't working too well. I tried doing the XGen. The hair cards were giving me some trouble, and then the kind of trying to get the organic look wasn't working. So I went back to using what I was going to try and do in the beginning, and sculpting fur. So I tried to utilize sculpting and some alphas to get a fur look onto the texture. So that's where I ended up for the end of this, and it looks a little messier because it's on the low subdivision, but I'll bump it up real quick for you. And so this right here is what my final model looks like. Through looking at the bear pictures and tried to focus as much on the direction of how the fur should look as I could. And I think I got a pretty good feel for it. This is how he ended up in the end. I'll do a turnaround for you so you can see the back. I had a lot of fun doing the fur texture with the alphas and the brushing. I kind of went through masked off areas and tried to pull out some of the points and kind of give it some more variation. And then I also had fun doing the textures for like the nails or the claws and the teeth and the tongue, and getting those done. And I have a couple renders as well that I'll show you. So this is what it looks like the front. I definitely feel like I got a better feel for all of it once I got him posed up. Kind of was able to get a better feel for how he should look anatomy-wise. So I'll zoom in here so you can kind of get a close-up of what's going on. I didn't want to go too heavy in some areas, so I kind of tried to blend it as well as I could. I got his eyes textured, and got those ready. And then just kind of started going through, adding in some, smoothing it out, using the brush to kind of alter some things, and going on from there. I did add the tongue, which doesn't, when I have the texture on for my bear, so this one right here, when the texture goes on him, it looks a lot better, and you can't really tell when it's looking straight forward. It's more black in the back, so it looks like it blends in. So this is what I ended up with, and so since I was having some trouble, just kind of the darkness of the color in ZBrush, I just bumped up the intensity of the light a little bit to get a feel for what it would look like. And so went on from there. I reworked the paws a little bit, got those a little bit flatter to the ground so he kind of stands evenly. And so that's where I kind of ended up with that. And then I'll give you two of the 3/4 views to kind of get an idea of what my pose really looks like from the side. So, and all textured up. And real quick, it shouldn't take very long at all. I'll do a quick BPR render for you. So, hop on those. I'm going to show you my 2 final renders from Maya. I do want to say that when I was getting everything into Maya, I had a rock pedestal with some fiber mesh grass, and just I was trying to get it more of like a natural element feel, and I was using a rock hill model from a past project, but as I was getting that into Maya, and trying to import the lower density fiber mesh curves into the mix, and trying to get those to actually work well to show the fiber mesh. I was running into problems where it wasn't rendering. I was running into render errors to where it was stuck at 0%. And then after I removed all the stuff for the maps and everything from the rock hill, I tried to load in my bear stuff, my corrected bear model, and then as you can see, I have my normal maps on here. You can kind of tell right here, it kind of gives it that brushed fur look. And my detailed displacement map, for some reason, was causing it to get stuck on that 0%, like it was causing an error with mental ray render. And I'm not sure if that's because of the size of the displacement map file, or if it's because of some other problem in there that I just couldn't see. But I know that it's something with the displacement shader, because once I disconnected the displacement map, everything went fine, and I was able to get these two renders out. But I wanted to give a couple angles. There's some stuff I still want to change. Like I've got to go back and fix the glossiness of the eyes, the reflectivity. I want to try and figure out the problem with that displacement map to get that working. And then I'd like to get him on a dirt, rock, and grass pedestal for my final one. And of course for the final render, I'll be having this as, like my other one that I demonstrated, more of a turntable, kind of rotating around him. Then I'll do a close-up of like his face, and then maybe kind of going down his body, and then go from there. So I do like the lighting setup I have right now for this one. Since he's a little bit of a darker animal, I wanted to do a little bit more of a lighter setup for this one, to get more of that to show in contrast and kind of focus on just the bear instead of the surroundings. So I went with that for him. So I look forward to hearing from you on anything that I need to fix going into next month, so that I can get this ready for the final turn-in. I do apologize that I wasn't able to get much work done on anything with like actual fur or hair, but I definitely will work on refining this texture map some more, so that I can maybe get a better texture map with less details, so that it's not as heavy on the renderer, or trying to figure out a way where I can do like a easier render, or using some kind of outside one like Keyshot to do it that way. Alright, but I hope you have a great night. And actually, let me go ahead and show you, just so I can. So this right here, I've got all my UVs laid out. So I've got it broken down into the head, the forelegs, and the body. So this is my texture map, which is laid out with the UVs. So that'll be present on the ZBrush model and in the Maya one. So that's how everything's laid out, and I got everything laid out correctly, so when I went in, it actually laid out smoothly like it should. And I've also got the UVs for my teeth, and also all of the claws in here as well. I'm gonna add that Maya file to my turn-in and all that stuff and get it ready for you. But thanks again, and I hope you have a good night.